Chapter 7 Darkness. Tahu slashes his dark sword through a Visorak that comes jumping at him, its body falling down on both sides of him. The Toa have used the sudden impact of Teridax as a distraction to cut their way through the sons of the Makuta and his spiders.
The Makuta has fallen. This is our moment.
Onua bashes his giant fists into Arakshi's chest, sending the vile creature flying into another three behind it.
You guys must have never tasted the sky. Let me give you a taste.
Lua suddenly takes off with his two blades as wings. He grabs two Rakshi on his way up. The wind streaks against his face. A welcoming feeling, to be sure. He gets as high as the tip of the Colosseum and drops the two Rakshi. The two sons of the Makuta let out an ear-shattering scream as they suddenly start accelerating towards the ground. The two Rakshi smash into the ground close to Pohatu, that just kicked a rock into a group of Visorak like a bowling ball.
Have you forgotten, brother? Rakshi doesn't fly.
Lua lands next to him, light as air with a slight smirk on his face.
Falling is still flying. Brother, they just need to land.
Kopaka sees his two Toa brothers joking around and just shakes his hands as he takes his shield and bashes it into a Visorak's face that comes jumping at him from behind. Tahu has made it through further than the other Toa, his repurposed Rakshi staff spinning like a protective shield around him. He can see Drendor towering above the horde of Rakshi and Visorak. He wasn't expecting Drendor to literally throw Teridax off the balcony. Even weirder is that Drendor jumped after him. But unlike Teridax, who crashed like a comet, Drendor landed softly on his feet. Teridax wakes up, his entire body hurting. Even though he's made up of this mechanical shell with his essence inside, he still hurts like he did before he turned into Antidermis. He landed right into the middle of the sea of Protodermis, at least 20 of his sons crushed below his massive body. Above him, the dark presence of the being that attacked him still stands with its staff, looking down at him with its deep red eyes.
I am the master of shadows. You cannot destroy me. I am eternal.
Teridax gets up, locking eyes with the being above him.
I overthrew the great spirit Mata Nui. I defeated the League of Six Kingdoms.
The Master of Shadow makes his way out of the crater where he landed. He grabs his staff and swings it at the being. Drendor sees Teridax swing his staff at him. He brings up his own staff and blocks the attack, its force sending a shock through his body. This might be the tyrant he was told about. Blow after block comes at him from Teridax.
I slaughtered my brothers and ripped the Great Spirit in half. I cannot be defeated.
Drendor smiles in the face of the shadows, for he knows that he is more than just shadow. He is darkness itself. Drendor suddenly stops blocking, allowing Teridax to strike him, the massive blow sending him flying across the battlefield. Teridax smiles with a hunger for power in his face.
None have defeated me. Neither shall you.
Teridax rears back and releases his shadow hand. The red and black pure shadow manifested into reality shoots out towards Drendor with frighteningly high speeds. Tahu sees the hand pass right in front of him. He turns and sees how it races towards Drendor. Seeing this hand of pure shadow, Drendor embraces it. He feels its grip in his very being, his soul, and he feels his lord grab it. Teridax is suddenly thrown to the ground, his shadow hand ripped out of him, fused to the being in front of him. He looks up.
Who are you?
Drendor walks up to the Master of Shadows, now towering above him. They call me a Makuta, like you. But I am from another world. Where I come from, I am darkness itself. Teridax gets up to his knees. One last effort, one last chance to save himself.
The Matoran will never follow a monster like you. You aren't even of this world.
Drendor looks at the Master of Shadows kneeling in front of him. He bends forwards to get down to his level. Two voices escape his mask. It was never my intention to get back to my world. I came here to take yours. Teridax's eyes go wide as Drendor takes his massive staff and slams it into his face. The mighty mask of shadows is torn from his face and lands at Tahu's feet.